All right, guys. Well, I'm back today with an overview of a really awesome made in the USA custom fixed blade knife using quality materials, and everything about this is just freaking awesome. We are looking at the Primitive Bear Knives Crazy Horse Model 364, and more importantly, we are talking about Primitive Bear knives in general. A lot of guys on the channel love high value and budget products that actually work, and a lot of those actually come from overseas. The majority of items I review on the channel are made in China, and a lot of guys want to see made in the USA products. And when I saw this company pop up on my Instagram feed, then grabbed one of their blue fixed blade knives labeled Papa Bear knives from PSA, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a second, I knew I absolutely loved this company. So I went and pulled the trigger during their Christmas sale and grabbed this one right here. Now, made in USA custom products are not cheap, but all things considered, these are very affordable compared to other fixed blade knife manufacturers, especially at the quality and performance of these knives. For instance, this knife on sale was right around $255, and I got free shipping. And for a made in USA custom knife with these materials and a really nice sheath, I feel incredibly lucky to have purchased this. Now, Primitive Bear Knives and I have been following each other on Instagram, but there's absolutely no relationship with us, like on a professional level. And I purchased this myself with my own funds, so really excited to get this out to the channel. Now, this is just an overview. I haven't really used this in any hard use situations, and honestly, I probably will, but it's just so freaking awesome to add to the collection, use, take pictures with, and probably take on a couple of camping trips and beat it up a little bit, although it is just so beautiful in my opinion. Now, the knife itself is a very good mid-sized knife, but they offer kind of more EDC fixed blades that don't necessarily have as much texturing on the blades themselves. But what I loved about this was kind of these texture marks inside the blade or blade stock of the knife before he starts to grind it out and shape the blade. Love that little aesthetic about this knife. They also offer some smaller kind of EDC fixed blades, a little closer to the $200 price point, and some larger knife models, a little bit closer to the $350, $400 price point, so you'll have to dig through, and they're always rotating through inventory. Now, one great thing is the Instagram feed. I love seeing what Primitive Bear Knives is producing. They're just doing some very freaking awesome stuff, and you can follow them on Instagram. I'll link their Instagram in the description below, and that also kind of goes back to PSA. This was a limited run of 50 knives developed for PSA with an MSRP around $250, which was a great price to get into this more tactical or defensive style EDC fixed blade. But PSA was doing a dramatic clearance on here, so we will see if they get any more knives in from Primitive Bear Knives. I hope they do, because I love that PSA Blue series. It was just awesome, and I'm glad I grabbed this one as well. And again, I do have an affiliate relationship with PSA, but I just purchased this one myself. It was much simpler that way, and I really wanted to try out this company, and now I have two examples, and I'm definitely impressed. Also, PSA blows out prices on things sometimes. They even sell my own knives, the 704 Gear knives, on their site, and they blow out prices that I don't see how they do it. So if you're looking for like a PSA price, you're just going to have to wait for PSA. But Primitive Bear Knives, again, has a really awesome website and a great Instagram. Let's take a little bit closer look at this and some of the materials used. Now, they do label the steel on here. It's going to be an 80 CRV2 steel. Pretty nice steel. This one's going to have like a matte stone washed kind of darkened finish. Love the finish on this blade. I also love this groove right here, blood groove, whatever you want to call it. It kind of swoops down and tapers down. I love this blade profile, and no one is going to be alike because each of these are custom made. And that's the other thing, to get a custom made knife at this price is really blowing me away. Super sharp out of the box, really ergonomic, no high spots or anything. Everything is rounded off and chamfered really nicely. The jimping on the back consists of like 3 large notches, and it is very aggressive jimping. So you get your thumb dug in there. It also has some really awesome like hand ground texturing in the G10 material, what appears to be G10 anyways. Two-tone color with this dark tan and OD green, and I love the finishing on that and the lanyard hole in the back. And I also love the hardware. The other cool thing is he's very engaged on Instagram. So always posting new knives, always asking for opinions. Definitely follow him. Tell him 704 Gear sent you. I always say 704 Tactical. Well, tell him 704 Gear sent you over because I just love this knife. Now, let's take a closer look at the sheath itself. There's a few different variations of the sheath. This one is pretty cool. It uses a combination of Kydex and leather. The leather folds over, super thick, robust leather, great thickness of Kydex, and it's got that little thumb spot right there, which I absolutely love in a Kydex sheath. Now, the retention on this thing was insane. It was very tight retention. I put a touch of heat to the Kydex sheath to get the retention exactly where I want. So now it's perfect for me, exactly what I use, especially with that thumb spot. You know, you can just pop that right off and then access your knife for whatever you may be using it for. And I also love the color of the sheath itself, matches the two-tone G10 nicely. And they also do holiday themes. So if you're one of those collectors and you want a Halloween knife and a Christmas knife, they have those available as well when the holidays come up. So I hope you guys liked the video. This wasn't necessarily a full review. We haven't taken it and torture tested it or beat it down, but it's just a awesome knife that I wanted to show you guys. And if you happen to get a chance to go over to their Instagram, their website, or even check out PSA when they have some new products, I think it's definitely worth it. I'm glad I bought them. I think you will too. All of the information and linking will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.